how quickly can someone acquire a property? That's really entirely up to you. In theory, the way I would answer that question is you could, if you had the money today, you could acquire it tomorrow. In reality, that's not the pace. That's not the timetable this has, and that's not the pace with which you want to do something like that. Because when you're making an acquisition of a piece of land or a piece of property, it's very important that you do what's called due diligence. Does the land really belong to the person selling it? I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you. See, you ever heard of that? You want to make sure on the most basic level. You want to see what the title looks like. Who owns the property? Have they paid off the debt? Is there anything that you would be inheriting that's not really favorable to you? Then you want to make sure, is this the right price point? Let me do my due diligence. Let me look at other properties in the area if this is a fair price point, this and that and the other. Now, I get what the person is asking, but I just want to give you that background because it can be as slow as you want. If a quick close is, repeat this, you see this? You want to add a tax for that too.
Okay.
KTR, kiss the ring tax. Anyways, no, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the price is right. You want to make sure, you want to look at those things. You want to, and that takes time. So a quick close is 17 to 14 days if you have all cash and you bring cash to the equation, that's a quick close. 30 days is a quick close. Typically with an FHA or anytime you use a bank to secure a mortgage for you, there's a process that takes place. It could take like 45, 60 days to actually finalize that process because you got to get the banks involved. You got to make sure all the things are lined up. You got to get an inspection on the property. And sometimes a bank wants to make sure that everything is right because they don't want to, the property is the collateral. They get nothing out of taking your property. They make money from interest payments. A bank is once you have money, remember, you start with no money, yes, you can make money, but it requires the less money you have, the more work it requires. The more money you have, the less work it requires. If you're a bank, you lend out money, you just want to collect the interest without doing no work. Just find more people that you can lend money to. So anyways, to make sure that they're satisfying that business model, and that'll take a little while. But what I recommend everybody starting with is like 2 to 4 units FHA. It'll probably take you 2 months. 3 months from the time that you start looking, identify the property that you want, one that you like, one that fits your criteria. Can't be too indecisive. So like, pick this one, this is work, okay, good, let's go. And not be too emotional about, this is my first home. I hear this all the time. Filth. Let's get to work, But 60 days, just about.